Oh, hey everyone, welcome to the Desiro City Shattered scenario by Dovetail Games. Good evening and welcome to Gravesend. You're currently coupled to a failed unit that will need to be towed. Alright. Alright. We'll be towing it up to Rochester, I believe. When you're ready to begin, get moving. You aren't high on dispatcher's priority, so expect adverse signals on the way. Signal as priority, not dispatchers. Dispatchers are in America. Gongo and naval damned air safety systems.
TPWS and AWS operational.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Power. Let's get her going. So to clarify, we are an 8-car Thameslink 700. I've also got the modified sound patching, which is why it sounds a lot better than the default 700. But it's U165, you can see we're towing a failed 700 behind us, which is like well out the back of the station when we started moving, basically. As well, like 3 coach lines. So yeah, actually fairly long platforms here at Gravesend, but yeah. Right. So yeah, we are going to be working this, Rochester sidings, so we'll run up there. Let's put the power on. So this is mainly, for me, a test of that, and also seeing what they want to do with the, how this scenario is going to work. Like a good failed train, don't we? So, well, what am I not on it? We do. Hope you guys are having a fabulous weekend. Ooh, ha! So I just took a sip of my Monster there. It was really sour. And we go up to 50 we go. We are just so incredibly long today. There's R70. We're just going to stay. Oh, I'm going a bit quick. Bring it back. There we go. Power back on. Up to 70 we go. So yeah, it's just giving us the instructions for what to do when we get there. Basically, it's shutting the cab down and oh! So uncoupling the soft switch. That'd be quite a cool experience. And we've got an adverse signal. Great. You get your 1 second delay. I quite like that. Never seen that in a DTG scenario before. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just coast at this point. Because we know that signal's clear, we know it's more than a mile. And ideally, we don't want to sort of over-exceed 60 before we are back on green signals in this area. Also, got to be switched on to the fact that the train in front of us may be stopping at Higham. And, yeah, because I believe if we've got an amber here, it means it's not going into who. So it'll be turning off at Higham. And, yeah, actually going at Higham. May go straight ahead of the Medway Valley, or we might be following it to Rochester, but it's a 15 limit around Strood. So, got to be aware of that slow speed there as well. So I'm verbalising the hazards. There's also a mod actually that puts an FLU 700-1 out for you. It's still numbered as a -0 because they haven't figured out how to change the numbering on it yet. I think potentially the 700, 7,000 effectively, will be one figure. Oh shit. Oh no, signal cleared. We are chasing the ambers now, so I'm going to let that speed skim off because we are dangerously quick. Sorry for swearing as well, guys. yeah, hopefully you guys are having a fabulous weekend today. I'm just taking my time and getting through the day, eh? I'm going to increase the audio, there we go, so you guys can actually hear stuff now. Single amber right ahead. So this is Who Junction. Who is at a higher level than the running line, so that is inherently inaccurate, unfortunately. As we've gone through single amber, I'm going to go through it roll at 30 until we get to the until we select the signal. You can see it's right ahead. So this is Who Staff Halt. Who Staff Halt. There's actually a little hut next to it, as far as I'm aware, unless it's been removed now. Go idle for now. That red's not ours, so it'll be a little while longer. Also, MHAs feel a lot. MHAs in this. I think it's an MHA that you get with this. It feels a lot bigger, basically. What I'm trying to say. MFA. Yeah, they feel like a lot higher off the ground than they do in TSC. Don't know if that's just me being used to being in tall cabs and look at them. Okay, that's fine. We are obviously empty stock at the moment. There's no one on board, so we can play with the buzz roll we want. So yeah, to suggest the train ahead of us has stopped in Higham. Yeah, it just shows how long this thing is in 16 car. Although I suppose it's just really a slightly longer 12 car, isn't it? Third longer. We will just fly ahead and see what's going on along the line. It was a 465. I knew that. Oh, got the road. Right. Douche, douche.
Driver, you have reset the DRA. Please check the signal.
Yep. Amber aspect. Move away. Single amber, right ahead. So we're going to proceed at caution, being aware that we will need to stop. That with basically within what we can see. So we'll go up to about 35, 40. Just stay, well, 35, 40 is probably a good place to go, just to give that 465 some time to get ahead of us. Because he's going to be stopping at extrude, and I'm also going to metagame the fact that I know he's going to turn left to go via Rochester because that's how he rolls. Give way for the 375. Using low level of power. Low level of power. And yeah. Although in theory we've got a green aspect, I'm trying to treat it as though we can't act. Oh, come on. I'm trying to fix my mouse positioning, which is why I'm doing weird stuff with my hands right now. And then DRA, green aspect. Yeah, we'll accelerate. So that means he'll be clear of Strood by the time we get there now. What I've noticed with TSW recently is I've noticed there's no EFX. What does that mean? So in TS Classic, you hear like a whoosh as you go into a tunnel if you enable a certain audio setting, which I have on because it sounds amazing. You don't get any like reverb in the tunnel. There we go. Power off. We should be basically clearing at Rochester at this point. Sorry, cleared into Strood. Ooh, that's really cool audio. Go to a single amber, we can see the single amber, so we'll ease off. Then put some brake on as we get ready to exit. There we go. 15. Interesting, we've got 15 in the hood. We've had 16 for a moment there on the speedo. That'll probably be a thumbnail right there. So now that I've lived with the 700 a while, it is growing on me as a train, especially with the sound mod, especially with all the other mods that are coming out for it. It's pretty special little engine. Little train, sorry. No, it's not an engine, it's a train. But, yeah. And the curve here at Strood. And this one is dead in train. You can hear it's not powering. That's really good as well. For a long time, there was an issue where like dead in train stuff would still be powering. It just wouldn't create amps. So it would still rev, but it wouldn't create amps. But it's clear with this one that it ain't doing anything. It's just got run sounds, and that's really good. Maybe stuff like fans going still would be nice, but that's probably a bit too much sound complexity, to be fair. .8 miles, so just across the side of Rochester town. Of course, Rochester used to be a city, but it's now a town. Probably the only example in the UK of something going backwards, because actually cities used to be charters that were granted, and Rochester didn't renew theirs. Oh, sorry, Rochester changed into, I think it's like Medway. Yeah, it's basically part of the amalgamation of Medway that Rochester lost its city status. We think. Doesn't have any real impact, but yeah. Yeah, like double amber with a feather, or with a lumen, to use local colloquialism. Oh, I would have gone down platform 3 in TSW. That's cool. Very little goes down here in reality, to be fair. It's probably more of a platform to use in disruption, but yeah. Single amber, right ahead. You can see my old house from here. They got make a load of noise. The 66, 003. Ooh. I think I've actually seen that one at Who Junction in that livery. Yep. Right ahead. There we go. Stop here. Uncouple the rear units. I'm going to suggest it's going to want me to shut this cab down. Reverse it to neutral. Master key to off. Pet peeve, taillights. Now, because we are on a, obviously, you know what, I talked on the platform. Stuff it. Bit of variety to our day, eh? I need the branding on those. There goes the 375. You'll be doing this with assistance of the MOM. MOM stands for Mobile Operations Manager. Ooh. Which one's that? Train config. Access the uncoupling button through the bottom bar of the touchscreen. Uncouple. Boom. Ooh. I am uncoupled. Oh, have I... Oh. Wow. Just abandoning that unit here. It needs tail lamps fitting in it, if it's going to be left there. Like a yeah, tail lamp put in the cab window. Heon. Okay, we're going to put it in Gillingham Depot.
US and AWS operational.
No, there we go, pulling away from that train behind us. Oh, it's tail lamps. Come on. That's cool. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, yeah, I mean, in theory, you could just leave it there. I probably suggest what we would have done is pulled forward, blocked the downline, had like another driver or competent person in the back cab, ready to press the uncouple button, and we'll just ditch the other unit in the siding, but... There we go, so we're just going to be disposing of the train in Gillingham Depot. There you go, quite fun, quite new, quite different. Oops, forgot to set my headlights. Well, being so realistic, why not? We'll go for high beams, why not? See a bit more, eh? Give a wave to the blue 375. Just keep her going. $50. We may actually be able to get up to 60 on this leg before I come hard on the brakes to slow us down. See, now that it's just us running the unit, it's quite interesting as well how kinetically different the train feels. Double amber. Okay, maybe we're not going to go for 60, but we'll try. Yeah, it's just the disposal that I want to put in Gillingham Depot. To be fair, the premise of that scenario, in my opinion, this scenario, in my opinion, doesn't actually work. Because you'll see Thameslink 700 stable in like Dartford sidings and stuff. So you could have a scenario taking a 700 and putting it in the sidings at Dartford. Uh-oh.
Overspeed. Contact the signaller.
Yeah, that's my fault.
Overspeed. Contact the signaller. Overspeed. Contact the signaller. Overspeed. Contact the signaller. Overspeed. Contact the signaller.
Driver, you have reset the DRA. Please check the signal.
Hit TSL by accident. I'm trying to figure out what I've done wrong here. My bad. Press BR to release the brakes. It seems like I would demo that in every video, to be fair. CPWS simulation. I wonder if a 700 would actually grass you up. So I know 800s, if you speed, will like overspeed the train, self-report themselves to Hitachi maintenance control, and then I'll dispatch someone to come download the train, make sure the train's okay. It's quite cool. I think we're probably going to be held before we get crossed into Gillingham. Would that be a fair assumption? Yeah, because the barriers are down. Oh, there you go, got the road. I've stood on this bridge actually in real life. Back during the first lockdown, when I could do one period of exercise a day, I may have overstretched my exercise period slightly. In my defence, then none the better. I ended up in the middle of Gillingham at that bridge, and then got really like out of breath, and I was like, "Nah, I need to go home." So I'm catching a train home and being worse for COVID stuff because lol. My second time on a 700. That's right. So I've done 700s from Peterborough to St Pancras. I've done St Pancras to London Bridge and Blackfriars a couple of times. And I've done this sort of leg in Kent. That's all I've done on 700s at all, really. I've never done 707s or I never done a 717 from up to Hatfield, which is quite nice. don't think Thameslink 700 is actually stable at Gillingham, but who cares? I think that there's one, a token one that's stable where we left the gripple, which is a technical term for a broken down train, I will have you know. Gripple, yep. You heard it right. You heard it right, folks. We'll put the blinds out and stuff, actually. Should put the blinds around the other unit, but oh well. Well, actually, I forgot what uniform. No, he's got the Thameslink driver's uniform on. Thameslink jacket on. It's just a generic jacket with the Thameslink logo, but I can deal with that. Alright. There we go. Let's see how you did. There was like one or two like minor speeds. That should hopefully be a gold, right? You had like a tiny little bit of speeds like there. Yeah, so gold. Well, thank you guys for watching today's YouTube video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe to see more from me on a regular basis. We'll see you in the next video. Until next time, guys. Goodbye.